very urban. It's very like industrial. Like just above us is an airplane. You see the power lines right above us. On one hand, it does suck that they have to put gardens under power lines, but on the other hand, they're not utilize green spaces. Population here is predominantly Mexican, Mexican American, Latino, African American. That's another of the benefits out of this place is creating a space where people can come together and actually start sharing some of the knowledge of plants, right? Different people eat different types of plants, but it's not that they're exclusive to those communities. It's that you're not coming from that community, you just haven't been exposed to those types of plants. You can almost say it's activism, It's they themselves are deconstructing barriers among themselves and using food as an access to that. Food and the earth itself has always been very intimate, with people, and this is a great way to go back to that intimacy and create relationships that can create long-term positive change. We're at Proyecto Jardín right now. We're about to enter. Here's our fence. It's papel picado, so it looks like those you would see in different colors. Also, here's our beet. It's the beet of Boyle Heights, so it's the heart, but it's kind of going into our garden. So what makes this garden unique is that it's a communal garden, so everyone works collectively. So we share the responsibilities, we share the tasks, and we make the choices that get stuff done. We try to incorporate not just food growing, but collective growth of the community and art. So when we make the decisions, we decide what's best for not just the individual, but for everyone. Like most conventional gardens will have individual plots. By straying away from that, we're able to benefit from the collective work. It does require more communication. That's really important because we need to know what the other people are doing or what they want to get out of the experience growing here. Yeah, we will call each other. But usually we kind of know, all right, I'm gonna watch this part of it, and you're gonna watch that, and then I know you're good at this, so will you help me with this? My role here is I've been helping organize the people. What that basically means is making phone calls, letting them what they need, letting them find the people within their community to handle it. Because in the end, I'm gonna leave, and the idea is that the people growing food here should make their own decisions in the garden. You hear that crunch? It's good. I've personally been gardening since I was a little kid. I've been growing food with my parents. I kind of lost touch of it, in adolescent years. And then I got my undergrad in environmental science. So I just took forest issues in the forest and just shrank them up into food forests, right? So it's the same concept, soils and, layers of within those soils and nutrients and how things layer and help each other out. This is our compost pile. Okay, a little bit of everything. So we're promoting a balance between the nitrogen, which is pretty much where all the fresh green stuff comes from, and the carbon, which is the paper in. What's really alive in all of this is the microorganisms. They're the ones who are chopping, eating everything up. So the beauty of doing something like this is that you're really just enhancing life. You're meeting life at the point of where it meets death. You're kind of at that cross point because in reality we're recycling everything, but we're maintaining life by the death of something else. These days. And in the garden, we don't believe that only people who have money and wealth can have access to good organic food. We don't use any chemicals anything here, and we tell people that. We're figuring it out, especially in a city like LA. It's so big, and there's, we're still not farming sustainably. We're still importing our water, and we're still doing all these things. But within that, it's a learning process. So. Get some cool stuff here. This is the ancestor to watermelon. I grew this. So this is the original watermelon. It comes from Africa. So it's rumored that slaves brought the seeds over, as they were, which is a very powerful thought if you think about it. Like, you're being raided, they're gonna take you prisoner and whatnot. And what do you go for? Your seeds, right? And then that's what you bring with you. So it just reinforces those connections back between people and plants. This molcajete here belonged to my great grandmother. So if my house or like some disaster was coming, I'd be more willing to leave my computer and my cell phone and all that and take my seeds, because technology is can be replaced, but seeds, some of them are no longer available, and it's just a matter of getting them, taking them. That's what I find more valuable now is the seeds I have. So I got them all kind of in a general location, just like, let's go, because it's a gift to life.
Now the wind is calm.
As of right now, this is the only thing we have, but there's corporations that are trying to lower the standards for organic, and I don't know what the future has to have. But for now, this is why spaces like this is important, because we create space for community, but also like a sense of resistance, because they're all political actions, right? So us, you, me, anyone being able to grow their own food, it's a form of independent food sovereignty, right? Even if that's just 2, 3, 8 tomatoes, a year. That's the most nutritional food you can put in your body, is stuff you grow. And it just tastes better too.
La gran diferencia es la satisfacción de decir, esto está sano porque yo lo vi, yo lo cultivé y yo lo consumo. Lo que viene de las tiendas no sabemos, pero aquí uno sabe que está consumiendo lo que uno mismo sembró, cosechó, pero el sabor de la satisfacción no se compara a nada. A veces es lamentable que somos vecinos y no nos conocemos, pero aquí, aunque, como decía alguien, tenemos muchos problemas, la gente piensa diferente, no es fácil de estar unidos, pero tenemos cosas en común. Y eso es cierto, en común tenemos que queremos cosechar, que queremos conocer, que queremos aprender, y eso nos hace juntarnos. Y he aprendido a conocer vecinos que estaban por ahí, y antes yo no les hablaba, no nos conocíamos y vivíamos cerca, pero ahora gracias al jardín estamos fortaleciendo la relación de comunidad.
The community gets a chance to meet each other and talk to each other, and so we know each other, so we're always looking out for each other. And when this thing gets better, everybody can have a sense of ownership, a sense of participation, a sense of value, a sense of improving the neighborhood.
Perfect. Straight and tight, see?
You put your hands in the dirt and just something magical happens.
This is the way it should be in a community, That's why it's called community.
We're gonna figure this out collectively. Like, me doing this on myself, somebody else doing it somewhere else is not the answer. It's how do we collectively work together, and then utilizing each person's strengths. Like I like working with plants and I'm good with that, but I know I can construct, but I'm not a great carpenter, and, I don't know anything about plumbing. I don't know anything about. There's things that I know that I need other people for, and it's just how do we create a balance where my skills work with your skills and vice versa. You cut them on the side. Have you guys had this before? You'll try one of those.